And I'm going to start. I'm do the recording separately. Hold on. Okay, you're good.
Thank you, Jeremy. So welcome everyone to the public hearing for the Community Development and Budgetary Priorities Committee. It is Tuesday, February 28th. It is 7:35 p.m. And we're here to discuss the preliminary budget for fiscal year 24 and to get community testimony and input for the upcoming year submission. And so, from my understanding, there is no one that has registered to speak to discuss any of the preliminary budget findings. And so right now, if anyone would like to speak, anyone that's here with us now, we can talk about it and or I guess this is going to be a very quick public hearing.
I just got I think Roxanne says she's trying to join the meeting right now.
Oh, wonderful.
Hold on, let me check the link real quick and see if it's
Yes, I see Ms. Delgado.
in. Okay.
Yeah, she's in. So I'll just start again. I just made a quick, just sort of introduction about what we're doing here today. And so we are here today to have to gather public testimony in regards to the preliminary budget that was released at the end of almost at the end of January. And so we were informed that no one registered to speak, but if anyone here wants to speak, we're very happy to take your testimony.
Yes, hi, Roxanne. I just texting somebody because I know somebody wanted to join this meeting tonight, so I just text her.
Thank you, Ms. Delgado.
I'd just like to say our district has many needs, but I'm going to focus what affects me directly regarding Pelham Parkway Greenway. We have a lot of, every summer it just gets worse and worse. So we're in dire need of parks enforcement patrol. Because right now we have pass-by enforcement where we have to call them. Sometimes the response time can't be over 2 hours, and by then the issue resolves on its own, or the people leave. Not talking about real issues like people barbecuing, burning trees, people drinking excessively, people defecating on the park. So these are serious issues that affect the quality of the parkland, because people like families, especially families, they use the Greenway a lot. So when we have, and it's, the funny thing is, it's just a small amount of people that do this, but they're the ones, like 10% of the people behave badly in the parkway, but they cause at least 90% of the damage. So we just need a little park enforcement, and we don't have any. Every summer we have less and less every year, and we lose trees. We end up with more garbage, more rats. So, and second request would be park maintenance, because during the summer, Park says that Pelham Parkway Greenway is a greenway. It's meant for passive use, which is correct. They're correct there, but they treat it as a greenway, but they treat it as a park, but they don't provide us adequate maintenance, because parks receive daily maintenance regarding empty out overfilled trash cans. But parkways, we only see twice a week empty out trash cans, even though I make a lot of complaints and they respond, thankfully. But if the Parks Department has to choose whether they enforce Pelham Parkway as a greenway where there's no active use, parties, massive parties. I'm not talking about 4 or 5 people having picnics. I'm talking about like 20, 25 people having DJs, chairs, stereos, the grill. If parks won't enforce that, then they have to provide us with the maintenance to address the aftermath of those parties. So it's not me telling them what to do. I'm saying you can't have it both ways. You can't tell us that you cannot provide us with the maintenance or the enforcement because it's a greenway, yet you allowed the greenway to be used as a park without the maintenance and enforcement that's needed. So they have to choose. So this is my main concern this year: park enforcement and park maintenance. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Delgado, for that. I just want to share with everyone that we will be reaching out to the agencies, one in particular, parks, so that hopefully they'll be able to come to our committee meeting in March, and then we could all, share our concerns with them. We will let everyone know if we got a confirmation from them, but thank you for this input. Park enforcement and park maintenance. I see that we have a Mr. Croson, and then we also have a Ms. Judy. Is it? I don't want to mispronounce your name. Is it Desire? Desire?
That's all right.
That's all right. Thank you.
Desiree. I knew I didn't want to do it. And so would any of you like to share?
I'm going to be honest, this is the first time I'm attending this type of meeting, so I'm not
Okay.
sure what
Well,
I'm
welcome.
permitted to access.
Welcome. So this is a public hearing to discuss our asks for support from varying agencies from the city. And so we had a public hearing in October where the community came together and they provided us with, their asks based on the needs of our community. And so we just received the preliminary budget in January. And so we're conducting this public hearing so that we can get feedback from our community based on that budget. And, this doesn't mean that this is the final budget at all. The mayor's Office of Budget Management will review the preliminary budget, and then there will be a public hearing where our community can all get together and advocate for the needs of the community based on the release of the budget that we received. And so, and that'll happen in May, and then the final budget will be released in June. And so, right now, these are just, preliminary measures that we're taking so that we can respond in real time. And so that's what's happening here today. And so also, I just want to reiterate just a fact that our district manager, Jeremy Warnicki, shared at the top of this public hearing. You do not have to attend this public hearing at all in order to submit what you deem is important for this particular community. You can email us your requests, and the Community Development and Budgetary Priority Committee has developed a form where we will release in March so that it will be accessible to everyone, and you can just put your asks and the agency that you're asking the ask from, and we will then go ahead and submit that. Additionally, there is a survey that the Department of City Planning has provided to New York City. And this particular community board, it has gone the extra mile in our community members. And I do want to acknowledge Ms. Roxanne Delgado for taking the English version of this form and creating an editable format so that our community members can easily complete and submit to the Department of City Planning. And so we have that form available in Albanian, and we have it available in Spanish, and we're working at making it accessible to everyone, and also sharing that the Department of City Planning does not have that form available only in English right now. What we've done is that we've collectively decided that we wanted to provide the form in multiple languages, but by May of 23, that particular survey will then be available in 10 different languages, and it will not be in an editable format, but we do what we can. And so this is what we're here to do today. So if no one has anything else to share, Malcolm,
I do.
I'm sorry, who's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Judy. Now that I understand the question or the hearing, I do. I know why I'm invited. It's because I haven't asked. I have a farmers market called Bronx Park East Farmers Market that's on Bronx Park on the east side, on in front of Brady Playground. And last year we kind of piloted a compost drop off, and it was pretty successful. And we do see that the city is ramping up the need for compost, and hopefully Bronx gets it in 2024 as it's outlined. But we would like to have a head start in getting that information, distributing that information, and actually hosting compost drop off at our farmers market during the open season from June to November. So, is it possible to request and ask for funding to support a compost drop off and the educational material and resources that we can provide before the rollout at the market?
It is possible to request the ask, and then we wait to, but this ask would not be for this fiscal year 24. It would go into 25. Right now, we're reviewing the fiscal year 24 asks that were made in 22. But when we host our, but this right here constitutes an ask that we will add to our budget submission in October for 25. Make sense? Ms. Desiree?
Yeah, sorry, I'm on my phone finding the mute button. Yes, it does make sense. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was for the following year, but
No
it's
worries.
something that we could use in general because as this is rolling out, there's still not enough information that's going out, or people not understanding how to contribute to the program because they're just not being informed or reached out to. So I just wanted to make sure that our community gets
Wonderful.
a reach.
Yes. Yes. And my email, just so that everyone has it, is CB, and then it's Serena Munez, my name, right? You'll see it there, at gmail.com. And you can email me and write if you like, or you can directly, email your asks right into the Department of City Planning. But or you can copy me, email them, and then you'll, when we have our next public hearing for 25, then that'll be an ask that we already have. Additionally, there are asks right now for more schools and a community health center, more youth development programs. And that's something that was asked of before. And so now with your new ask, then we'll add that to the request for the next fiscal year.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Actually,
you, Ms.
I put the email in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Malcolm. I'm afraid to mess with anything here because I don't want to get disconnected. Ms. Delgado?
Yeah, sorry. Bobby's going to join the meeting in a few seconds, but I couldn't get in touch with Charlene, but she wanted to join this meeting. She's the founder
Pause
of
of Pelham
Pulse,
Parkway?
yes. And I know
Mhm.
she wanted to join this meeting, but she must be caught somewhere at work. I don't speak on behalf of their group, but since I know their group very well, we co-host events together sometimes.
Very
She was,
awesome events. I've seen
yeah,
them.
thank you so much.
Mhm.
People be surprised how people love their pets here.
My favorite event is the Halloween event where the
Yeah,
dogs come out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I've absolutely seen them. We're happy to wait for Ms. Mitchell to join us.
awesome. I just want to mention, because Charlene did discuss this with me last month's hearing, that the park's response to her request was that they did not approve this project, but yes, she had a letter dated 4 years ago or 5 years ago where parks actually went to Community World 11 to request to add a water source into the dog run. So this is conflicting responses from Parks Department. So all I can do is ask her to send you that letter by email.
Yes,
And
please.
Okay, like I said, I don't speak on behalf of their group. I'll just mention it because I knew that she wanted to bring this up to you at this meeting. So
I
that's why.
completely understand. And I appreciate you just sharing that with us. Also,
Okay.
I guess what I was going to share at the end of our meeting, and I'll say it again, we are all invited. All of us are invited to speak and to testify at the city council when we're talking about our district needs and priorities. And when that date is made available to us, I will share it, and I welcome each and every one of us to come together and to show, maybe we can segment what we're going to talk about and what we're going to tackle. But I think it'll be super important to show unity as a community. Ms. Mitchell, I see that you've
Thank you.
joined us.
Oh, there she is.
Yes, I'm sorry, I was a little late.
No worries. We were waiting for you.
Oh,
Ms. Mitchell, did you want to share with us?
I'm trying to remember, this is the budget meeting, correct?
This is the public hearing for the preliminary budget release, yes.
Yes, I just wanted to share that if we could get a dog park in the Bronx Park East part over here.
Mhm.
One on the other side, but we do need one on this side of the Bronx, because to get to that side of the Bronx is a little hard with dogs, especially if you don't have a car and you can't get on the bus really with a dog. And it's a shame that you would have to get on a bus to go to a dog park with your dog. So if we had one on this side, it would be a lot better. And I think it would cut down on some of the disease that's going around with some of the dogs, because they're pooping on the street. And as much as I want to give out to everybody the little doggy bags, I can't do the whole Bronx by myself. So if it's contained in one place where I can distribute them, to the people who have dogs, it might make Bronx a little cleaner.
So, Ms. Mitchell, I don't know if you had an opportunity to review the preliminary budget, but we didn't receive a no completely to the ask. What we were informed was that further study is needed for your ask.
Yes.
So what we're doing is that we're inviting all of the agencies before, as many as we can get to commit before the city council hearing, right, public hearing, so that we can, give them as much information as possible. So if you have information like exact location, not just saying these are the things that they ask. Bronx Park East, right? If you know a designated area, okay, providing that, maybe, some, not, it doesn't even have to be very scientific, but the city does have a lot of resources that, with the release of the preliminary budget, they offered where we can gather statistics if we needed it. Also, I had shared with everyone that there is a form for these asks, but since your ask was already implemented, I saw that as a positive. And
Yes.
so if we can sort of make it and convey the need and the why, we might just be able to have that part.
Perfect. Perfect.
I don't know, I'm just saying, I just saw the positive.
And send it. Yes, I'll send you
Yes.
something. Yes, I could do.
Okay,
Perfect. Thank you so much. The
thank
dogs,
you.
thank you.
Oh my goodness, I love them too. I have a feline that I love so much, and she's, amazing. But okay, Miss Delgado.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I had to lower my hand. Sorry about that.
Okay. I think you know, I think everyone here that was able to join had their questions answered. This is not the only time that you can submit again your requests. This is not the only time where you can, come and speak to us. Our next meeting will be at the end of March. It's already listed on our CB11 website. And I'm trying to read while I'm speaking, but I think that if we all kind of together worked at perhaps going to that public hearing, we might make an impact. Malcolm, do you have anything else that you would like to share?
Nope, you took the words out of my mouth.
Oh, well, thank you to each and every one of you for joining us. Really, truly, I know that our community is very active, and I could not be more happier to have such amazing community, period. So thank you so much. And at 7:55, and this is the end of the public hearing for the Community Development and Priorities Committee. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Where can I find the
night.
form to fill out?
The
The ask.
form is
Yeah.
the form will be released in March. It hasn't been released yet, that particular form that I'm talking about. But I think since I closed the meeting, but my email is CB11, Malcolm shared it in the chat, CB11 Serena Muniz @gmail.com, and I'm here to answer any of your questions.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.